We're now on the education section of the Common Application, and this is a pretty important section to fill out. This provides information to the colleges about where you're currently going to school. So it's important that you are able to find your school using their little lookup tool. So I'm going to click on Find School, and you can do a search based on the name of the school. And I found my school, so I'm going to go ahead and click it, and then click on Continue. Common App then goes ahead and puts down the contact information that it knows about the school right onto the Common Application itself. And if it turns out that if I chose the incorrect school, I can go ahead and change it or remove it altogether and then put in my actual school. If you are homeschooled, then when you click on the the school lookup, you would go ahead and type in homeschool, and you do have an option for I am homeschooled. It might appear towards the bottom of the list, and you can go ahead and select that option and then provide the address information, and then you will see it listed here once you go ahead and click on Continue. The address information, if you are homeschooled, would be your own home or wherever you happen to be doing your homeschooling. So this information is about you and your current high school. So you would go ahead and indicate when you started this high school and if it's a boarding school or not a boarding school, and when you will be graduating. You're also going to be asked to provide information about your counselor at your school, so you can go ahead and provide this information here. In case the colleges need to contact your counselor if they have any questions about your transcript or about your high school, then they can go ahead and reach out to that person directly. If you're a homeschooled student, then the counselor might be one of your parents or whoever happens to be doing your teaching or advising in academic matters. And I'll click on Continue. That's okay. And the next section is if you've attended any other school. So if you transferred in at some point in high school, or if you're also attending another course, then you would go ahead, or if you are attending another school at the same time, you can go ahead and indicate if you are doing so, and you'll be asked to provide information about that particular school. If you're part of a community-based organization, you can go ahead and provide information about that particular community organization. And I'm actually going to, so you'll see that when you are providing information, you'll also be asked to provide contact information for that particular person. So if the colleges need to contact your community-based organization with any questions, maybe about the programs that they offer or the mission, or anything about you in particular, they have someone to call or email. This next section on education interruption might not apply to you, but if it does apply to you, then you can go ahead and check off the options that apply to you. And if none of these apply to you, you can go ahead and click on the I have no interruption to report and click on Continue. If you are concurrently taking college classes in high school, you can go ahead and indicate what the name of the college and the types of college classes you might be taking. So this information is helpful for the college admission officers to get a sense of the rigor of your curriculum, what you're doing inside your school, as well as what you might be, the types of challenges you're seeking outside your school as well. This next section about grades, you might be able to get this information from your college counselor or from a vice principal or principal at school. This is information about your school, so it's helpful for the colleges to get a sense of how large your graduating class is, your cumulative GPA, the GPA scale, and whether or not your school weights GPAs. So some of this information might actually be available to you on your transcript as well. This section is on current year courses, so this is going to be where you list for your colleges all the classes that you are taking right now in school. So you would first tell them how many courses you're taking. You need to let them know what system your school is on, semester or trimester, and then you start by providing information about the class that you are taking. So the first class I'm going to list is Advanced Placement English, and I will indicate that it is an AP class. But you can go ahead and indicate anything that is applicable for any of the classes that you're taking. Under Course 1 schedule, I'm going to say that this is first semester class only, although for other students it might be a full year long course. And then you would go ahead and put down the other classes that you are taking in your senior year. So this helps the colleges get a sense of if you are continuing to challenge yourself in your senior year and if you're taking a rigorous curriculum all throughout your high school career. We're in the honors section now, and so if you've received any honors related to academic achievements in high school, then you would go ahead and indicate those. And you can see that you will have space for 5 academic honors. And so an academic honor might be that you made the school's honor roll. And it might be helpful for the colleges to have a sense of what honor roll at your school means. So I'm just going to give them a little bit of information, and then you can indicate when you received this particular honor and the level of recognition. So honor roll for me would be a school recognition, and I received it in 9th and 10th grade. And it might also be another community level award, so Rotary. My local community might have an organization that goes ahead and honors students for certain academic awards, and so that might be a state or regional. And then I'll go ahead and click on continue. Remember, you have space for 5, so you certainly want to pick 5 recent ones and probably the ones that are most meaningful for you if you end up having more than 5. And then you can go ahead and click on continue. The future plan section, this is where you can indicate to your schools what you might be interested in pursuing as a career. And this is a very long, comprehensive list, so feel free to go through it. And it is perfectly okay to not know what you are interested in doing, especially if many of those sound interesting. So you can certainly go ahead and click on undecided. But you'll see that there is an asterisk next to it, so it is a required field. And the highest degree you intend to earn, here too, this is just something you're thinking about right now. And there are many different options. And here too, it's okay to be undecided. And then we'll click on continue.